is good, but Munnar, to be really honest with you, it's really disappointing. And in this video, I'll explain why, as a tourist, you should be aware of coming to Munnar so that you don't get scammed or be lost like me. So guys, this is my second day in Munnar. I have been to Kerala many times, and Kerala is one state which I always love, be it food, be it how people are friendly, even the culture. Everything is so good in Kerala, but I decided why not come to Munnar, because in spite of being to almost all the hill stations in this entire India, I've never come to Munnar. But also, I had this whole thing in my mind, some kind of confusion where what if Munnar could be a tourist trap? But still, I intend to come to Munnar, just stay for 2 to 3 days, and my plan was just to take a trek. And if I'm not wrong, the trek's name is Chokkur Mudi Trek. It's one of the most unique treks you could ever do. On a difficulty level, it's almost moderate, so anyone can do it with some efforts. So I prepared myself to go to the trek, but unfortunately, right now it's drizzling, and even if it's a small drizzle, such important treks will be closed, which I was not aware of. And the reason why I was not aware of, in spite of calling all the tourist information centers, all the forest department, every single contact I could ever name, I didn't get any information no matter what. So that's one disappointing thing. So as a tourist, if you're someone who wants to actually trek properly, it's better to come during Feb Jan. In spite of climates being so harsh, you will definitely not have a fucked up plan, which I did today. So, and there are a lot of things to do apart from going on a trek in Munnar, but apparently this is the holiday season, so you'll see a lot of people, and I'm someone who's not good with the crowd, because what is the point in going to a rose garden or botanical garden where you can pretty much see the same thing in any hill station you can ever go. So trekking in a hill station is the most unique thing one could ever do, so that's what I thought, and the plan got fucked. But it's not the end of the story. Munnar has a lot of things a tourist should actually be aware of, and in this video I'm just going to talk about some difficulties that I faced in Munnar. And also, since my entire plan got fucked, I thought why not just go to local places, check the local center part of city. In spite of being crowded, you can pretty much see how the local people do the shopping, how the local shop vendors are, the local farmer markets, everything is around this Munnar city. So we'll just explore the whole things while I talk about why as a tourist you should actually think twice before coming to Munnar. The first thing you got to be aware of is a transport system. You should know what you want to do. And lot of places, be it a tourist spots or even unique trekking places, it's not near the city center where you can just walk 10 meters and that's all about it. No, you got to take a vehicle. If you have a car, good enough, you are pretty much sorted. Maybe in some cases you might need forest department's permission, but in most you are sorted. Or if you're someone like me who decided to come to Munnar, find a bike rental. In that case, your situation will be a butt of joke, because I thought, in spite of all the tourists in Munnar, I will pretty much find a bike. I contacted almost all the bike rentals in this entire area. None of them responded, and even if they responded, it's all first come first basis. I'm someone who always plans my trip, be it even a 2-day or even a 1-day trip. I always plan it ahead. In spite of calling all the bike rentals, they all told me it's a first come first basis. So I thought maybe once I come to Munnar, I'll just go check with the bike rental and get a bike, which is apparently everything is sold out. And all the autos are super expensive. Even if your destination is super short, be 10 kilometers, they are still going to charge you 1500 no matter where you go. This is the standard price. So they will charge you, maybe a place could be just 10 kilometers apart, they'll charge you 700 800. So you might think, instead of paying 700 800, I will pay 1500 instead. That's the first trap. And there are a lot of jeep safaris over here, and there is this beautiful place called Kolukkumalai. It is such a beautiful place. It's one of the highest peaks in Munnar. but the problem is it is a place where you can actually trek a bit, but there'll be a lot of tourists over there. It has become that particular place where right now it's the most important place you could go to Munnar, and that is what a lot of tourists do it. So rather than standing in a line for hours and hours, it's better to skip it. For that, there are jeep services where you can actually take it. I'm not sure about the prices, but I feel it's 2,500 rupees, which is still expensive. So if you're someone who is budget oriented, who thinks Munnar could be done in a matter of maybe 10,000 rupees, the joke is on you. Munnar might feel like it's super economical, but no. All the hotels, even the transport, everything's expensive. Also, one more issue: if you're a lazy tourist or a traveler who loves to, enjoy food through online, like a food delivery app, or even get your groceries through apps, or maybe thinking of finding a hotel next to some supermarkets, again it's a joke, because I don't find even a single good supermarket in my hotel area. I'm literally just 1 kilometer from the city center, and even if you go to city center, it is actually pretty much difficult to find a good supermarket to get basic essentials. Also, the hotels, this is a good thing or even a bad thing. It's like a double-edged sword. I'm someone who loves when there is no commercial restaurants like McDonald's, Domino's, whatever it is. If it's not there, I always feel the place is natural. But in this case, I don't find super commercial food restaurants. But at the same time, I don't find even normal basic ones too. And even if they are basic ones, it's super expensive. Munnar has so many issues, and honestly, the tourism of Kerala, I thought they're actually pretty much better than a lot of states. Pretty much did something wrong in Munnar right now. It's a pretty small place. It's a pretty small hill station, but since there are a lot of tourists coming, especially during weekends, they need to restrict them. I don't think they're doing it. That's actually acting against them. So there are a lot of issues with Munnar. I would actually suggest people coming to Munnar maybe for 2 to 3 days. That's all about it. You're never going to do anything beyond that. So as a short trip, or someone who is super stressed, want to have a chill time, maybe Munnar will be a good spot for you. But apart from that, if you're a serious travel buff who loves to explore local culture, local street food, and also imagining a hill station to be super commercialized, Munnar will disappoint you guys. This is what I felt, and honestly, I had a different expectations on Munnar. I literally thought Munnar will be that place where I would rate on top of all the hill stations, but no, it's disappointing. This is all my honest things about Munnar. I really don't want to talk anything bad about Kerala because I love this state. That's all about it. And have you ever faced such things in Munnar? So these are all my thoughts about Munnar. And will I come back? Definitely not. But there are also other hill stations in Kerala like Idiki, Tekadi, where it is pretty much silent. That's what I feel. Maybe the perceptions might be different when I once go there. But as of now, Munnar is super disappointing. And that's all I want to tell you in this video. That's all.